Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mythic bringing you guys another video, and we're finally back. The preseason is starting tomorrow for my Arizona Cardinals. The preseason has already begun this week, but football is finally back. If you're a Cardinals fan, it is time to rejoice, man. We are here, and we're getting a glimpse of the starters for both teams. We're going to be diving into this. This should be a little exciting for us. We should understand that we don't expect the world out of these guys. They're not going to take it 100%. We're going to see a lot of vanilla offenses on both sides, but we're going to see if everybody is as sharp as they looked in training camp. Patrick Mahomes had a really good, solid training camp. Kyler Murray, same thing. This Cardinals defense stood out. Let's see what the Chiefs got, who just went to the Super Bowl last year. And let's go ahead and dive into this matchup. I can't wait. If you're a Chiefs or a Cardinals fan, let me know your expectations below. Chiefs fans, give us a little more insight that we may not know. I'm going to be diving in on the Cardinals side of things. So Chiefs fans, make sure to fill us in what we should expect and the players we should look out for. First things first, let's dive into this Bleacher Report article talking about what we should expect for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is expected to play the first quarter of NFL preseason opener per Andy Reid. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Patrick Mahomes will take the field for the Kansas City Chiefs preseason opener against the Arizona Cardinals on Saturday, but he won't have one of his top targets. Andy Reid told reporters the plan is for Mahomes to play the first quarter. However, he said Rashee Rice is dealing with a minor groin injury and will not play as a precaution. I'm surprised he's even playing at all. Shout out to the vroom vroom! But Saturday will be Kansas City's first game action since they lost 40-22 to the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. They're looking to bounce back. That was an embarrassing loss. They made it to the Super Bowl, so that is a lot more than we can say as Cardinals fans. But they got obliterated. That the 40-22, it's a lot closer than it really actually was. So, I mean, Kansas City definitely looking to bounce back. The game wasn't even as close as the final score indicated. Literally what I just said, as the Chiefs scored 2 garbage time touchdowns late in the fourth quarter, yada, yada, yada. So basically they're looking for motivation. So Patrick Mahomes is anxious to get on the field as a result. So now it's about, where are we going to go now? Are we going to get even better from that loss? Are we going to find ways to make everyone better, not just one person? I feel like we've done that in camp, but you can't prove it until you go out there and do it. He'll have that opportunity against the Cardinals to kind of get sharp and see if he is still a top 3 quarterback. I think he is the best quarterback. That is just my take personally. I think it's him, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, phenomenal year, same with Josh Allen. But Patrick Mahomes, unless he has a slump of a year this year, is still my QB1. His resume indicates that. So we're going to see what the Chiefs got. That is all the insight I got. Let's go to the Cardinals side of things. As you guys see too, the Cardinals are doing something we typically don't do, and that is playing our starters per Darren Urban. He got this out on the 5th. Today is the 8th. Said the Cardinals will play preseason opener against the Chiefs. The starters are getting a good look. Jonathan Gannon sees this as the best thing, as we haven't been doing this for the past couple years. They didn't play last year, got off to a slow start, 2-4. Let's see what we can do and see if we can correct ourselves. Kyler Murray will play in the preseason opener against the Chiefs on Saturday at State Farm Stadium, as well as the rest of the starters. So hopefully no one gets banged up on either side. I want healthy regular season football. I want both of the teams to go in there the best they can, and let's see how it pans out. How much they play isn't set. There is a plan, Gannon said, but that can change over the next few days of practice with the ongoing health of the roster or what happens in the game itself. If Kyler takes 3 sacks, probably going to pull him a lot earlier than you want. You want Kyler to get comfortable. Vanilla offense is going to be ran on both sides. I don't expect them to take a gazillion shots, but if Kyler Murray takes the top off or Patrick Mahomes takes the top off, don't be surprised, but I don't expect them to do that the entire time. What definitely has changed is his approach to the preseason compared to his first 2 years. When Murray didn't play and the starters that did play very little, hardly anyone on the first string, like, you can't understand why, or you kind of understand why Jonathan Gannon is doing this, and he is taking this approach in 2024 when the consequences appeared. Like stated in the article, you kind of understand. You don't want that 2-4 start. You kind of have an easier schedule, and in the back end, things get a little more difficult. You need that fire start. You need to be as sharp as possible. You need that connection between Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, the receiving core, the defense. You need that because there's a lot of new faces on the defense to come together and become a strong unit, not individual play. In the offense, you kind of need to make sure you guys are on point. Timing is there, and you can't have the consequences that appeared in the preseason games in 2024. You need to be sharp, and Jonathan Gannon told them on Monday night they are going to play, and I'm sure there's not really pushback, because if you're just super sharp like you were in 2021, then you don't complain. But we weren't sharp last year. We need to make sure we're on point. We're a very young team. get things right. It's the best thing for our team this year, honestly. We're at a good point with our health. We're at a good point with our development. And I think this year with our team, it's the best thing to do for our guys. The Chiefs have been one of the few teams that have always played at starters in the preseason, which shout out to them, and they always have success and are expected to go out against the Cardinals once again. Judging by the coaches around the league over the last few days, there does seem to have been a shift in the latest desire to play the starters at least some in the preseason, as opposed to holding them out of games entirely until they count. Wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. did return to practice on Tuesday. I was there for that. I was about to say that's not right, but I just can't read. Although fellow starting wideout Michael Wilson remains out. I don't know if he's concussed. I don't know what came out about that, but it didn't look good. Him and Buddha had a collision, but Michael Wilson is still out. It's game week, but it still isn't the same as regular season week. So Michael Wilson is not in a rush to play. We're chilling. There's no game planning for the game, and the camp schedule still rules. This is still training camp. Jonathan Gannon said we are going to compete this week. We are going to go ahead and load them up with the proper amount of volume. We're going to be sticking to our process. I can't wait. Let's go ahead and dive to some of the player matchups that I, as a Cardinals fan, am looking forward to. A guy who's had a very stellar camp and has looked pretty snappy and has taken improvements for sure is Xavier Weaver. A lot of Cardinals fans want this guy to get more reps. A lot of Cardinals fans want this guy to win the starting slot. He's 6'1", and when you have Greg Dortch as your starting slot receiver who is 5'7", yes, very snappy, yes, very quick, does have solid hands, but just the size makes it very hard to play him. If Xavier Weaver can come into his own, he is somebody you have to watch. So Cardinals fans, keep your eye out on him. I'm expecting a very solid preseason outing, especially with better quarterback play from Jacoby Brissett, who is one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. Other players that I'm going to have my eye on personally is the cornerback matchups. You have people like Denzel Burke. You have Elijah Jones. What are they going to look like? They're going to be competing for the lower end corner spots. Maybe a Cottrell Clark, who has been a very serviceable corner for us in past seasons. Is he going to be able to elevate and continue to be that CB4 in this roster? We'll see. It's going to be a very competitive corner group. Also, you have Dadrian Taylor-Demerson. Or is he going to go ahead and step up? I'm assuming he's going to get reps too, maybe with first team as well, maybe run a couple 3 safety units. My eye is on him. You also have people like Keaton Crawford, I believe is his name, too, who we took in the 7th round. I'm expecting him to be playing special teams, trying to make a name for himself. Maybe that backup safety position in the second half. What is he going to look like? I'm very curious. You also have people like Xavier Thomas, number 54 edge rusher, had a very solid outing in camp, had a lot more pass rush moves this season than last year in training camp. He looks quicker, he looks faster, and more confident. Let's see what he does in preseason. We could use some more help at edge rusher. He's a speed rusher. We need those on this team. All we got is him and B.J. Ojulari. Maybe B.J. Ojulari gets some tick. I'm not expecting it this week, but maybe in the preseason at some point. We'll see what happens there. But those are the guys I have my eyes out for. Special teams as well. Chad Ryland, I want to see if last year was a fluke or not. Is this going to be a consistent season? Is it just not going to be a bunch of game winners subbing in for Matt Prater? Is he going to be confident? Let's see what happens. I'm hoping special teams is not a problem because I'm a little iffy about it right now, but you got to give Chad Ryland the benefit of the doubt. He was clutch as can be. Let's see if that thing continues. But I'm loving this. I like the Cardinals going and shifting to playing the preseason starters. This is exactly what I want right now. I was team don't have to play them, but now after the sloppy starts and the second half collapses, you got to do it. Go out there, don't complain, and just ball out. I am looking forward to that. Kyler, let's see if you're sharp. Marvin Harrison, let's see that connection be sharp, and then you can get pulled after playing a quarter just like the Chiefs. Looking forward to this. We're battle testing against one of the best teams in the NFL over the last decade. Let's get it. They played Tom Brady. They played the Eagles. They are ready. Let's see what happens. But with that being said, that is going to wrap it up. Drop your score predictions down below. Football is back. I'm very excited, man. Kansas City Chiefs fans, let us know the player matchups we should watch out for, the players we should watch out for, who is on the competition bubble. Cardinals fans, who are you looking forward to seeing? And if you guys are new to the channel and ended up enjoying today's video, consider hitting that subscribe button. Post Arizona Cardinals and NFL-related content. If you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But with that being said, that is going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.